You need a cage before you get a bird. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Benjamin Franklin. A few weeks ago, my mother and I were on the phone with a friend. During our conversation, he shared a short but insightful story. I found its message both endearing and thought-provoking, so now I am sharing it with you. Why would you catch a bird before you build a cage? A young man approached his uncle and asked for help in buying a motorcycle. His uncle, being older and wiser, offered instead to assist him in purchasing materials to build a house. Before offering financial support, the uncle explained why it was wiser to invest in a home first. While a house could be damaged over time, it was a stable and lasting asset, unlike a motorcycle, which was prone to accidents, potentially leaving the rider injured or worse. A destroyed motorbike was akin to throwing money to the wind. The nephew, though seemingly inattentive, agreed and gratefully accepted his uncle's hard-earned money, promising to use it wisely. Failure to prepare. Some time passed, and one day, the nephew visited his uncle, arriving proudly on a shiny new motorbike, with a beautiful young woman seated behind him. "Uncle," he beamed, "I'd like to introduce you to my new wife." His uncle welcomed the young woman warmly and remarked how pleased he was to see his nephew prosper. Then he asked, "My son, did you purchase your new home as we discussed?" "No, uncle," the nephew admitted. "I used the money to buy this motorbike instead." His uncle sighed. "Why?" "Well, uncle," the young man explained, "I figured I could use the motorbike to get around and eventually earn enough money to build my house. But I've run into some setbacks and now I need your help again. Could you spare a room for my wife and me until I can afford a place to rent?" The uncle, already supporting his own wife and children, could not accommodate them further. He paused, searching for the right words to make his nephew understand the lesson he had tried to teach him before. Finally he spoke. "My nephew," he said, "you need to build a cage before you catch a bird. Otherwise, where will you keep it?" At that moment, understanding and regret dawned in the young man's eyes. Soon, the marriage dissolved, and the young couple went their separate ways. Takeaway. A vehicle can take you from one place to another, but when it rains or snows, will it shelter you? Before seeking luxuries, ensure you have a foundation. A motorbike is not a home. The uncle reminded his nephew that he had already provided financial help, urging him to use it wisely. Now he could do no more. The lesson: always prepare before taking a major step. Remember, you need to have a cage ready before you attempt to catch a bird. Is your cage ready?